Did you endorse President Obama as a peace candidate in the last election?
Initially, no, I was looking for a delegate for peace. So my initial, feelings towards whoever was going to be our president was really about cleaning up the mess that the administration prior was going to leave behind. So really paying attention to what people, in fact, were saying that they were going to stand for once they were in office, what they were going to do in the first 100 days, 200, 300. Those ideals were, I guess, in the candidate who I was looking for. So initially Obama was not my first pick because I was looking for someone who was going to really stand tall, and it was too early in the game to see where people were really, how they were going to play the rest of the game in the political scheme.
So today's Mother's Day. You're out here in front of the White House, and you are obviously having a peace demonstration, a peace protest. What are you hoping to achieve with this protest?
Well, there's so many beautiful qualities of what Mother's Day offers. I mean, women bring children into the world. From our bodies, we breathe life. And sure enough, I mean, you look at I guess the history of Mother's Day and all that it means and where it was founded, and then why we are here today are for those very same reasons. Mothers calling out and speaking out against war, that the fact that our children should be home with us, because what soldier really wants to be at war? So when you look at the mothers and the daughters and the fathers and the sons and the granddaughters and every lineage of family, I mean, the realities are they want them to come home. So today is a day when mothers should be with their children, and in many cases children have either lost their parents due to war, due to bombings, due to a myriad of reasons, and mothers also don't have their children because they're engaged in military. We're engaged in a conflict. So I mean, Mother's Day to me and what this action represents is just the all call to mothers all over the world to really speak out against the injustices of war, and that our children should be, united together with their families.
President Obama has a new surge unfolding in Afghanistan. What would you like to see happen there?
Well, I mean, from every piece that I've seen so far, and it's not an area that I'm so educated on because I haven't been to the region and I can't totally understand everything, but what I can grasp is that we already have one war on our hands, Iraq. We still are playing, war, occupation, whatever you want to call it, it's still, we have our troops overseas engaged in a country, that is in shambles. So we need to work on rebuilding Iraq, and we need to not get into Afghanistan because, it's just adding more to our plate, and I think we already have enough on our plate at this point in our country. Our economic stability has been fluctuating in the past couple months, the past years, but the realities of what that fluctuation has created for our economy now, we're really facing the realities of it.
The U.S. claims they're there somewhat for women in terms of their freedom. And if the United States withdraw at this point, some women's organizations and some women are saying, we don't want to be reoccupied under Al-Qaeda and Taliban. And so what do you say to those women?
Well, it's a tough place. I can't imagine what it must be like to be under such a tyrannical government. Although, President Bush was one thing and past leaders have been another. It's not the same type of environment that I could even imagine. So I could only say to the women is just continue to be strong and stand tall and, let your voices be heard, and we will be here to support you, and we will stand by your side in every way and try to fight the injustices that you could occur. But more importantly, to continue to rise up and stand tall is where we will see change. And that's all we can really hope for.
If you had one message for President Obama here in front of the White House, if he could hear you, what would you be saying to him?
I would say, first off, welcome to the White House, President Obama. It has been a disappointment in some ways, your actions in the first couple days of office, but everyone's saying to give you a chance, and I will give you a chance, but I want to continue to see you working for a foreign policy that we can all agree on, one that we can be proud of, one that is built upon diplomacy, that is built upon engaging in nations and their cultures and just really uplifting the people of the United States. It's, you know, a foreign policy, a good foreign policy, you know, will benefit the domestic policy, and that's where we will see change. So when we focus on our foreign policy and engaging in other nations is where we'll truly see change. So if that's his whole shtick, I mean, his whole campaign was based upon change and hope. I hope to see those changes, President Obama.